Software engineering is a career that can be pretty hard to understand for people who don't do it. Many people think that coding jobs are all about hacking some top secret systems, being able to type 300 words per minute, and of course, wearing black hoodies in a dark room. And as a professional software engineer myself, I'm here to tell you that it's all true. I start my days at 4 AM. Close my windows, grab my hoodie and my sunglasses, open up my 4 maxed out computers and begin the process of infiltrating the mainframe of the Chinese intelligence system. Once I'm in, I open up my 27 terminal windows while communicating with my other nerd programmer friends using double cipher language. I make sure to lock my door, hide my IP address, and never use my personal phone at home to never be found by enemy agents. God damn it. So on a normal day I wake up around 6 or 7 AM or 8 or 9 depending on how many times I hit the snooze button. I try to get up from bed as soon as I can, but a lot of the time I do end up staying in bed for another 15 to 20 minutes before I finally get myself up and go have my trusty 3 eggs, 2 slices of bacon and 30 grams of protein powder for breakfast. I heard from a Huberman Lab podcast that going outside and getting sunlight first thing in the morning is extremely important for your circadian rhythm. So I don't do that because in London we literally never see the sun. At 9:15 AM I get ready for my first meeting of the day, which is also the only meeting of the day. In it, I convince my team of how hard I'm working to resolve whatever ticket I've been assigned to and pretend to be excited to see everyone. After our stand-up is over, I get to work. But first, a coffee break. When I get back, I sit down to try to understand what I'm supposed to do today. I have no idea what I'm doing. While my previous ticket is in testing, it is time for me to pick up another ticket. And this is generally how your work is going to be as a software engineer. We essentially have this board of tickets where it's like these small pieces or these small tasks that need to get done. And the project itself is divided to these sprints, where essentially each sprint, there's a certain number of tickets that you as a team have agreed that needs to be done by the end of that sprint. My tasks usually range from changing up the styles to make some part of our front end more responsive, to changing some security tags on our backend endpoint where I actually learn a lot, to literally uploading images one by one to a content management system, which I've had to do like 3 times. And let's just say we have a lot of images to upload. The point of this being that work as a junior developer at a big company is probably a lot less glamorous than you think. But an important part of being a good employee is that you're willing to do what you are assigned no matter how boring or annoying the task is, because it's the attitude that matters and that makes a good employee. But while there are a lot of downsides to the work as a software engineer, most of the time the job is reasonably chill. So if that's what you're looking for, becoming a software engineer is one of the best options in my opinion. And one thing about this job is that oftentimes what you're doing is solving some small bug or making some seemingly small change, but when you start doing it, you might have absolutely no idea what you're doing, and number 2, no idea how long it's going to take for you to actually do that. And so you're just praying that the simplest solution that you try is just going to automatically work. And when it doesn't, yeah, you might be looking at some pretty long hours sometimes. But that's simply a necessary part about the job of being a software engineer. But you know what else is a necessary part of being a software engineer? Coffee breaks. The great thing about working from home is that I have quite a lot of freedom on how I want to use my time. For lunch, I pretty much just decide when I feel like having it. Usually I cook at home and make something simple like these tuna garlic baguettes that I just absolutely adore. They're like literally my favorite thing in the world. But today I decided to be a proper Brit and go eat some fish and chips at a local place. So despite the fact that I am very type A with a lot of big goals, mostly related to programming and business, my most important habit every single day is not actually related to either of those. It's fitness. I've been going to the gym almost every single day for the past 6 years, and I can tell you that the single thing that has changed my life the most is making fitness a regular and non-negotiable habit in my day. Most people work out because they want to look a certain way, and obviously that's also a useful side effect, and that's also why I started back in today. The real benefit of a regular exercise routine is what it does to your mind. Exercising every day increases hormones like testosterone and other hormones that make you feel better, and most importantly, make the act of doing hard work feel good. And that's obviously what you want if you're trying to achieve goals like me. When I get back from the gym, I first obviously have a coffee break and then open my Slack with a dread to see how many things have gone wrong while I'm away. But usually it's okay, because a secret hack to being an employee is that if you sort of learn to fly under the radar and not taking every position of responsibility and not saying yes to every single request, you can have much more focus. And that's something I try to do. I try to only have a couple of things, ideally 1 or 2 things that I'm focusing on at any given time to allow me to use my time the most efficiently. Being a software engineer is really a skill, but being a good coder is actually only probably less than half of it. The most important thing you can do at the junior level is to build good relationships with your colleagues and to be the type of person that people want to work with. This is probably the biggest thing that I have learned from my experience in being a junior employee at many different companies, because that is much more important than knowing how to implement Dijkstra's algorithm or whatever, which, for the record, I've never ever needed in my job. In fact, throughout my own journey of learning to code, I've learned a bunch of things that I just wish I knew when I started. So that is why I actually compiled a full class where I go through all the questions and all the things that I wish I knew back when I was a newbie. I go through things like what languages you should learn, what projects you should build, and most importantly, how to get motivated and how to actually learn to learn. It's available on Skillshare, who are also the sponsor of today's video. Skillshare is probably one of the biggest reasons why I am where I am today. I've used it to learn filmmaking, I've used it to learn photography and many other skills. And for example, I've just taken their minimum viable product, validate your startup idea for less than $1,000 course as part of my research on how to make my dreams of building my startup a reality, which is my personal big goal for 2023. And if goals like becoming a 50 million startup founder like I have seem too big to you, that's fine. You can start small. You can do all of that with a 7-day free trial of Skillshare, and after that you'll also get 20% off the annual plan. Go explore new skills. Make your 2023 New Year's resolution to, let's say, learn 1 new skill every single month. Thank you so much for Skillshare for sponsoring this video. And now let's finish off my day in the life. I usually finish work around 5 p.m. or later, or earlier. And the rest of the day I try to do as much work as I possibly can related to YouTube and my personal projects like my startup that I'm now building. But especially during busy times, this can definitely be a challenge, because while the working hours of a software engineer are very reasonable, and while I might have the time, I might not always have the mental energy to really focus on my side projects and my YouTube videos as much as I would like to. So that has definitely been something that I didn't really fully consider, but that is of course my responsibility. I signed up for it and I am working very, very hard. Like every day, pretty much everything I'm doing is either related to coding or making videos, because the way I look at it is that while I'm young, I want to work as hard as I possibly can to get to the point in life where I am successful and I am financially free, so that then for the rest of my life I won't have to work for money if I don't want to. So that is why I choose to work as hard as I do. And besides my 2 jobs, sometimes I'll go have dinner with friends, or I might just relax or go for a walk. Not in these temperatures though. At night, even though I almost always fail at this, I do aim to stop looking at any screens by 10 p.m. and from 10 to 11 I meditate and read a book to wind down. And if you're curious, which you're probably not, but I'm gonna tell you anyway, I am currently rereading The 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss. And yes, considering how much I just told you I work, I get the irony of this. I'm gonna read it anyway. I have like very big goals, and that is really what I do on this channel. I want to document the entire process of me getting from this point to hopefully my goals, and hopefully it's interesting to you too. So if it is, definitely subscribe and hit the notification bell. And if you're interested in more day in the life / coffee break content, I also made this video where I show you what a day in the office of my job looks like. So definitely go check that out right now. Thank you for watching this video. I always appreciate you. I'll see you in the next one.